to introduce our last speakers of the day and these awesome workshops. We'll be talking to you again about some amazing tips of using social media to invite and get results, followers, challengers, new coaches, and very excited to present to you our speakers today. First, I would like to introduce a 2015 Elite Coach, 10-star Diamond, a very unique award last year. This coach won the 2015 Humanitarian Award, is a 3-time Elite Coach and a Success Club 10 All-Star. Please welcome the founder of Team Knockout Brigade, Katy Ursta! And she's drinking a little Energized, Katy?
Session of the day. I gotta get my Energize on.
She takes her Energize. I'm surprised you didn't like do a cartwheel when she came out.
I have a dress on.
Okay, maybe next time.
Bad form, Craig. Bad form.
I asked Katy, what is the one word you live by? And this was her reply. I asked her the one word, and she said, every sweat matters. Which is pretty cool. It could be one sweat, but that's 3 words.
I had to put it, if you hashtag it, it's like 1 word.
Good point. You got me there. All right. What is something that nobody knows about, no one would know about Katy?
Wait, do you have to say this?
This is coming out. This is coming out. I dreamed of being a rocket. My dreams were smashed when I learned I wouldn't meet the height requirement. So it's all right. You would still be a really cute rocket.
It's 5'5". I didn't even come close.
I think we could do it.
We might be able to. Oh, we're doing the kicks. Are we on a time crunch?
We kind of are. All right. It is the last session, isn't it? Okay. I am also excited to introduce to you a 2-time Elite Coach, including 2015, a 10-star Diamond, a Success Club 10 All-Star Legend, and the founder of Legacy United. Please help me welcome to the stage, Val Bozzo! Also carrying energy.
We gotta have our Energize!
And also wearing a dress, no cartwheel. Okay.
No cartwheel.
All right, so Val, come here. I gotta do all right. So one word to live your life by. Val went with 1 word, albeit kind of 2 things. Fearless. Fearless.
Yeah, I'm a rule follower. Like 1 word. You say 1 word, I just use 1 word.
You went with that. One thing that someone does not know about you, I like this, it started with okay. So I've always wanted to be on Wheel of Fortune because I'm really good at solving puzzles.
I am. And I remember this because we've been visiting my parents, and my dad would have the TV on at like 7 o'clock every night. I'm like, hold on, it's on, let's go watch it, Dad. And my husband gets really mad because I get it on like 2 letters. He's like, how do you do that?
You should be on. You should be on. Well, that talent, I'm sure, has opened many doors for you in inviting people to Beachbody. So let's share this topic with you guys. Katy and Val, you guys, take it away.
All right, you ready to do this? I'm ready. You ready?
Ready.
All right, guys. So first, Val and I are going to do something that we never in a million years thought we were ever going to be able to do, and that is we are going to go live on Facebook. So if you guys could all give a hello or a what's up. Are we live?
We are live!
There's no viewers yet, but somebody's going to watch this, right?
They're popping on!
You know what though? The first time that you do Facebook Live, it's super weird and awkward. I just posted something today and my hair was all teased and funny, and I made the mistake. It was so silly. I called my sister the last name, my last name, and it was just off the cusp. It was perfect because that is what people want. They want you. They want real. They want candid. There's no sugarcoating anything. Stop trying to be who you're not, and that's exactly what we are diving into today.
Oh, it so is. So when I started as a coach about 3 years ago, I was like, man, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing on social media. I had maybe 140 Facebook friends. I really never got on, but I was like, you know what? if I want to make this business work, I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone and figure it out. And I was still a little skeptical, you know, I have that skeptic mindset of, well, what if this doesn't work? But I decided that I was just going to go all in, and I knew that the products worked. I knew that I loved Shakeology, so why not start to help a few people each month get some results, in turn, make a little bit of extra money, right?
Absolutely. So Val and I have a big job to do today. And so our job today is to teach you some of the tips and tricks that we have used, myself over the past 4 years, and Val for about 3 years, to learn social media. Now here's the deal. Everything we're saying could change tomorrow. That's just how it works. There is Facebook, there was Twitter, there is Instagram, Snapchat. So you have to understand that change is inevitable. But there are 4 things that we are going to cover that you can use no matter how long you coach. Go ahead.
All right, so, you know, I'm really crazy passionate about social media now. It's a skill, it's a tool that we have that allows us to reach millions of people. Guys, we seriously have this at our fingertips. We can use it from our phones, we can use it from our computers, from the security of our own home, right? We're not born knowing how to use social media. It's something that we do have to learn. And it's something that we learn by failing a lot, right? So I want you to take this into consideration. Just like Gary Vee said today, if you can't figure it out, if you don't know how to do it, Google it, yeah, right? Seriously, I learned by Googling a whole lot of stuff. And I know that it can be really uncomfortable at first. We can be vulnerable. It can be scary to put ourselves out there. But one thing that really gave me the comfort of knowing was, hey, you know what? I can be helping someone. So today, we're going to teach you exactly how to create some content that's going to spark curiosity in your audience and really get them coming back for some more information, right? We're going to teach you how to create some conversations that are going to lead to people wanting to join your team. Next, we're going to teach you how to develop a social media presence through confidence, through branding yourself, and really help you understand that this is what it's all about.
Yes, and we're also going to talk about the very important difference between a direct conversation and an indirect conversation. Now let me clarify that. Some people, especially new coaches, were really, really good at maybe posting on our timelines, or we're really good about sharing what the products are doing for us, but we're missing the connection piece. We're missing that piece on how can I make what's happening for me work for somebody else. Or we're really good at talking one-on-one with just a few people privately, but no one in the world would even know that we're affiliated with Beachbody. So we are going to talk about that ever-important difference between direct and an indirect conversation. Both are vital to inviting. And lastly, everything we're going to cover is about sharing with a bigger purpose. Last night in the opening, Jeff Hill talked very candidly about the mission. You are all a part of that mission to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. Have you ever sat and thought about that mission statement? Have you ever thought what it means to live a healthy and fulfilling life? Because the truth is, your definition and the person sitting next to you probably isn't the same. And so our job is to figure out what our purpose is as a coach and not what somebody else's is.
All right. But before we go any further, I want to mention this. Every single one of you are here. You've chosen to be here when you could be at the core. You could be out somewhere eating, right? You could be off doing other things. But the fact that you showed up here shows us that you're ready to show up for your business. But one thing you have to do right now is leave all self-limiting thoughts at that door. This business is about belief, it's about trust in the process, And most importantly, it's about the vision that you have that's going to lead you to success. All right? So, here we go. I want you all to close your eyes.
No, seriously, close your eyes. We've got something good.
I see some of you out there peeking. Now, I want you to picture the post that attracted you to this business. Was it a transformation picture that you saw? Was it an infomercial? Was it Shakeology? Maybe it was a post about this business opportunity that sparked your interest. What was it that made you say yes?
And are you sharing that type of post? All right, open your eyes, please. Val and I are going to walk you through a couple of very simple tips that you can implement today. There's going to be some gut check moments, because what we're going to do is we're going to take you outside the comfort zone, which is what Gary talked all about. You can't be there anymore. If you want success of any kind, you've got to get out there. So the first gut check moment we're going to have is to think about our own timelines, Instagram accounts, Snapchat, whatever it is that you use. And we're going to make sure we're doing a couple things that we absolutely must implement. Number one, you have to have a public profile. I was a teacher. Is anyone in here a teacher? I love you. I really do.
Go teachers.
But here's the deal. When I started, I was like, I can't have a public profile. I don't want my 7th graders finding me. I don't want them to know anything about me except for who I am in the classroom. So I was very private. So I was like, I'm going to build this business on only 150 friends. And guess what didn't work? Keeping it private. Guys, this is a business that thrives on being public and putting yourself out there. So the gut check moment came when she said, my upline asked me, she said, Katy, are you sharing anything that you're embarrassed about that would be inappropriate? No, it's pretty motivational actually. I talk a lot about health and fitness. And then she asked me, are you posting during school hours? No. So my gut check moment came when I had nothing to hide. I am going to be public, and I'm going to do it in a classy way. You have to find a way to make your business public. It's our job. Second of all, profile picture. Simple fix. If this is not going to apply to you yet, it will. When people see you speaking on social media, they want to know what you look like. Did you know that 10% of people have made up their mind from the moment they see your face if they like you or not? It's true. I know, it's crazy. They are going to decide that they don't like you, and there's nothing you can do to change it. But what you can ultimately do is create a profile so people know who is talking, and they want to know exactly what you have to say. And so the rest of the people who are indecisive know what you look like, so they can match your words with your face, because your face is what's trustworthy. They want to see what you have to say. And then lastly, a consistency piece. About 5 things, give or take, that really define you and who they are, and Beachbody isn't all 5. What makes you unique? What makes you different? What makes you stand out?
Now, these are all kind of the no-does that I'm going to talk about with the don'ts. I'm still going to cover them. But before I do, I want to know how many of you out here are military spouses? Raise your hand. I gotcha. How many of you are moms or dads that post pictures of your kids on Facebook? Right? Okay, I know what it's like to feel really scared to post your pictures on there with a public profile. But I will tell you that I've only had good things come my way from doing that. And there's always options of how not to share the pictures of your kids. You know, I get the whole sex stuff as well. But don't be afraid. Listen to what Katy said. I promise it's going to pay off. Next, this whole posting your Beachbody website thing on your timeline, I did that, and it doesn't work. So let's make a promise not to do this. Hey guys, go to this site right here and order a challenge pack. No, don't do it, okay? Just create the relationships. And next, I want you to understand this. You're not a walking billboard for Beachbody, right? So I understand when you come in as a new coach, you think that you just really need to be posting about your workouts, how we never cheat with our meal plans, right? We're always eating vegetables. No, you have to be real and you have to be relatable. So make sure that you are choosing those 5 areas that really make you who you are. All right? Cool.
All right, because I feel like we all need to wake up a little bit. Repeat after me. I am not a walking billboard. I'm going to say it again. I am not a walking billboard. You are unique. Your experience with Beachbody is your own. It's your story to tell. And right now, Val and I are going to walk you through how you can start sharing your content in a classy way. So let me tell you a little story, because that's what I'm good at. I really like telling stories. So that's me on the bottom. I'm Katy, and these are my hammer and chisel results. True story about hammer and chisel. I was excited for the program, but I know my audience was not ready for this program. My audience was scared to death of hammer and chisel, and I knew that going in. So I thought to myself, I have a choice. I can do the program, talk about it here and there, or I can talk about the program and dedicate myself 120% to it so that I can show people that you can do this. And I'm going to walk them through this program every step of the way. Because let's face it, as coaches, that vital behavior, product of the product, did you see that t-shirt in the core on another note, product of the product? Nailed it. That was so good. That is the most important vital behavior, is you cannot sell a product if you don't love the product, right? You can't do it. So you have to love what Beachbody has to offer. So here's what I did. I said to myself, all right, Katy, you are going to nail this program. You are going to do this program and you are going to get amazing results. And I talked to myself like that. I talked to myself like the person that I want to become until I become that person. So every morning I would wake up at 6 o'clock and I would first read personal development, because if you don't do this, it's a big tip. Read personal development before you work out and integrate it into your workout. Because the truth is, your fitness and your business are 110% parallel. Your fitness and your business are parallel. If you are on it with your fitness, you're on it with your business. I'll repeat it. If you're on it with your fitness, you're on it with your business. People watch because they want to see if you're the real deal. So every morning I would do a couple things. I would do my workout, and then I would post, and I would integrate something I read from personal development into what I was posting. A couple of apps I used: Snapseed, great filters. The other one I used is Canva, and if you don't use Canva, it is awesome. You see, Canva is something you can use on your computer, but you can also use it on your phone now. It's downloadable, and all of your pictures from your computer can go right into your iPhone as well. The other thing I did was, aside from pictures, I would actually make an iMovie. And I would create the content where I would just post different workout moves that I would do together, and then I would smash them into a 30-second film, and then I would make it silent. And I would click the microphone button, and I would actually do a voiceover, and I would give them something about what I was going through. So every day I was telling them a little bit about this program. I was either telling them about how I was feeling, maybe if I had a rough day, or maybe I was having a rough day with the kids, I was sharing that. But no matter what, I was there. I was showing up every day between 6 and 7, and I was showing people that I was doing this program even though it was hard. I was getting results even though it was hard. So my audience on my like page grew substantially over that 60 days. And not only did my business grow, so when the next program came out, I nailed the launch. I nailed it. And I'm not just saying that to boast or to brag, but I'm saying to you, are you being consistent by being a product of the product? By sharing your journey with whatever program it is that you have selected to do? I went back and forth with Val about whether I wanted to integrate this and share this. And I'm not sure sure who in the audience really knows my story. It happened about 2 years ago. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and I was a coach at that time. And I remember a conversation that I had with my friend, and I told her that I was going to be sick and I was going to be bald, and I didn't know who in the world would want me as a coach. I was anything but the image of health. Why would anyone want me as a coach? And she looked at me and she said, everybody is going to want you as a coach. And so the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I thought about last night, Jeff, when he talked about that healthy and fulfilling life. And I thought about what he was saying about what it meant to live a healthy and fulfilling life. So there I was, every day, battling cancer, going through chemo, and I was sharing it. I wasn't trying to sell you a product. I was just doing it because when I was sweating, I was feeling good. It reminded me that I was blessed enough to be on this earth to sweat, and I needed to do it. And so ultimately what happened was, when I was sharing my journey, my fights, my battle against cancer, I was also sharing my lifestyle as a Beachbody coach. I was talking about what the programs and the products did for me, not so much physically. I wasn't trying to get a six-pack. I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I was talking about what they were doing for me mentally, emotionally. And do you know what happened? My business grew about 300% that year. Not because I was trying to sell a product, but because I knew, like Craig said at the beginning, that every sweat mattered. When you truly believe that these products can make a difference in your life, you start to sweat like you mean it. And when you start to sweat like you mean it, your business grows. I can guarantee that to you. Go ahead.
If you aren't putting your, yeah, give it up for Katy. Great story. If you aren't putting your story out there, you're not going to attract the people that you want to work with. That's key. Confidence in this business, you have to have it. And let me give you a tip. You don't have the confidence yet. You need to fake it until you make it. Every single one of you has a story sitting here right now. You have a story. It's up to you to dig deep, to find it, and to share it over and over. Part of the responsibility with this business is repetition. You gotta share it. Do you think that it was easy for me to put my transformation pictures out there on social media? No, but I trusted the process. And I said, if I can help one person, it's good enough for me. Do you think that it was easy for me to share my story of crazy debt that my husband and I were in? Heck no, we were so good at hiding that reality. But I put it out there, and I said, if I can help one person, then it's going to be good enough for me. Do you think it was easy for me to share my struggles of my marriage that were resulting from the crazy debt that we were in? It wasn't. But personal development and sharing the solution that I was working towards, that's what I was finding comfort in. So let me tell you this. This business, if you want to help people, if you want to make an impact, if you want to go further, and not just help people, but thousands of people, if you want to make that residual income, you have to decide what you want to do and where you're going to go, and know that's the only option. You have to get ahead. Are you just still standing there on the edge of that ledge, just peeking over? You need to leap. This is your shove. I am shoving you now. Leap off of that ledge and you build your wings on the way down. I promise you it is going to be 100% worth it, because the difference you're going to make in the lives of others in return will be the difference that it makes in your life. It's pretty crazy cool. So first things first, we have to be the product of the product. You hear it all the time. I was asked to do the 22-minute hardcore test group back in January. I was so excited. I had put that on my goal board probably 3 years ago whenever I started. But I was like, you know, I'm going to do this program 100%. Just like I give my business, just like I do with everything that I am passionate about in life. I got my little containers and I did the workouts exactly how they were laid out. Got some pretty good results, didn't I? I shared it on social media every single day, what I was doing, that I was getting up at 6 a.m. and I was going to work out. I talked about what I liked about it and what I didn't like. I was relating to people, all right? So next, let's move on. Facts tell, but stories sell. What did Shalene talk about today? I mean, wasn't she amazing? Seriously, she's awesome. So you need to just share. We're gonna start with the Shakeology. Guys, can we not post our box of Shakeology that's on our doorstep? I mean, best day ever, hashtag Beachbody, hashtag Shakeology. No one cares. Sorry, it's not the best day ever when there's a box of Shakeology on the porch. Okay? However, what I have found, the do's, this picture is just me holding my Shakeology, racing my kids to school because I'm busy, in my flip-flops, in my yoga pants, and I just talk about, you know what? Guys, I used to say, I don't do shakes. I used to say, stuff is wicked expensive. I used to say, that won't work. I'm talking to people who, basically who I used to be. I'm talking to the old Val, the skeptic, the person who gave the objections. That post got me over 200 likes on Facebook because I was relating to those people who have been watching, right? Next, my challenge group information. I give freemiums. I give free information. You know, I talk about the LaCroix water that I used to hate because it tasted awful compared to the Pepsi that I used to love. But that's how I cracked the habit. I talk about that. Again, my accountability post right there, my 6 a.m. selfies, you're gonna find that on my timeline. You're gonna see me sharing my meal plans that I give to my challengers. You don't have to wait to be in my challenge group. I'm gonna give it to you. I eat real food. I don't just eat salad or make my family just eat vegetables. No, I give them that information. Next, you cannot forget about the business opportunity. Your timeline is a sneak peek into your business. You should be using it every single day. I talk about the business and what it has provided me every single day. No matter where you're at in your business, you need to talk about what this is providing you. And even if this is your first day as a coach, you know what? You talk about the vision of where this business is going to take you. I was just talking backstage, and I was like, I really love that the little On This Day app that we have on Facebook. It's been showing kind of what pops up, what we post a year ago, 2 years ago, 3. And it was just last week that a post popped up from 3 years ago. And I was talking about sharing my vision, and I was like, you know, talking about how amazing my team is, and we're doing amazing things. I wasn't even an Emerald coach yet. I was sharing my vision. Yeah, I mean, Emerald's awesome, coach level. Guys, I shared what I was doing before I even knew where I was going. All right? So a few of these little pictures, the coach life, me working in the car, I just share every little opportunity that I have, and I build my business that way.
Right, but content, you can have killer content, great great information, but it means nothing if no one is seeing it, right? Right? Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time because you guys are looking kind of tired, right?
Right.
So I'm about to reveal to you one of the easiest ways to really apply that jab, jab, jab hook. And I'm serious when I say it's easy, and I'm gonna give you my secrets to be able to do it. All right, first of all, do you remember my saying that you have to know why the mission of Beachbody matters to you? You have to know what it means to live a healthy and fulfilling life to you. And that is the purpose you have to set out for. What I'm going to share to you is a very, very simple marketing strategy. But before I do, Val wants to talk for a minute about that first ever important impression.
All right, I want you to think right now, what does your Facebook banner look like?
Or Instagram profile.
Or your Instagram profile. What does it look like right now? Is it something that is unique to you? You're looking right now at my banner and Katie's banner. It's us and it's our life.
Exactly. So I'm going to share with you a marketing strategy. And I thought about how I was going to share this, but it's so simple. And so what you see here is Katy Ursta in a nutshell. And so in March, right after the launch of 22 Hardcore, I know the time of year, I've been doing this for 4 years, I know how women are around March, especially moms. Do you want to know what that is? For men out there, this is what goes on in our heads in March. It's almost swimsuit season. I have to go to the pool. I have to go to hang out with the other women in the neighborhood who are all going to be in two pieces. I need to work on my body. That's what goes on in our heads. What goes on in mine? And chances are my audience, it goes on in theirs as well. Because I tend to attract people like me. So the example I'm going to give is what works for me. But while I'm sharing exactly what's going on, I want you to think about who you talk to in order to create your comeback audience. So let me walk you through what's happening. So around March, I think to myself, all right, I really need to create a marketing strategy for me to relate to the people that are going to most connect to what I'm feeling right now. And so I thought about who Katy was before Beachbody. And I actually sat down with a notebook paper and I wrote down everything that I felt about myself before Beachbody. So I wrote things like lacked energy, always on the go, teaching full time, no time to meal plan. I wrote that it was like Groundhog's Day. You know that movie Groundhog's Day? That's what my life felt like. Every day I would get up, I would take my son to daycare, I would go to school, I would cook. Actually, that's a lie. I don't cook, my husband cooks. He would come home and he would cook, and then we would do the bath routine, and then we would watch 2 hours of TV and say we don't have time to work out. I knew who I was, and I knew that if I talked to that person, that they would relate to me. But I was not about to just sell them a product. I am very strategic about how I put this out. 2 weeks before I ever talk about challenge packs, challenge groups, anything like that, I am already thinking about how I am connecting with my audience. So who was I before Beachbody? I lacked confidence. That was the word that kept coming to my mind. I was a mom and I lacked confidence. Can anyone in here connect to that? If you're a mom, you get it. You get it, right? So here's what I did. I started putting out things that women who were struggling with confidence could connect with, because I knew who that was, because that was me. I just had to dig a little deeper. Went on to Pinterest, started pinning things on boards that I thought were kind of funny, good blogs that I could relate to, and you know what I did? I gave that on social media. I focused on giving them all of that. I didn't focus on a sale, I focused on giving them content that they connected with. And I found this term, and if it comes up on the screen, it was momfidence, and it was so simple, right? It was like, I'm not gonna judge any mom by how she raises her children. And I am certainly not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna screw this mother thing up royally, and I'm gonna fail forward at it. But you know what else I'm not gonna do? And I want you to see that this is my connection, that I refuse to judge myself by my midriff. I had my definition out there. And now my post had to support that. So I started putting my jabs out there, right? In the corner on the picture, that's my son Dom. Dom is a pistol. That's the best way I know how to describe him. He is a pistol. And he's been potty training since February. Like I said, we're failing forward at this. And, in one picture that I did, he had his underwear on top of his jeans because we would go to the grocery store and he would wear his underwear like that, like, yeah, I'm potty training. And meanwhile, as a mom, I would see other moms in the grocery store and we would be like, I get you, I got you. And that's momfidence, going to the grocery store and letting your 2-year-old wear his underwear outside his pants. It's momfidence, right? Another example, that's him in a car seat. Because I got him in that car seat that day because he really wanted to eat the 3-week-old Cheez-It on the ground. And momfidence was that thing where you go, you know what? It's gonna prevent the tantrum. Moms who relate to me get that, and we're like, I get it. You're not gonna like fight that battle. And then I started putting out more specific jabs. Fact: the world will not end if you put yourself first once in a while. Man, that was pretty powerful, right? My audience was getting that. They were like, yeah, Ursta, you know what you're talking about. And then I kept putting these little jabs. 6 a.m. selfish. I get up, and my husband knows if those kids are out of bed before 6:30, he better be up with them because I need my time. And if mommy doesn't get her time, it's an ugly day at the Ursta house. So I put that out there. I was so real and candid, and I realized that 10% of people who made up their mind about me had already unfollowed me. They didn't like that. Oh, honey, that 3-week-old Cheez-It, that's just not okay. They're okay with that. They're not going to follow me, and I get that. And then I'm going to put a picture out there, and I'm going to tell you a fact about me. And it's going to be vulnerable, and it's going to be real, and it's going to be candid. And it is going to be about that time in 4th grade that I was teased because of my weight. I don't forget who the girl was who teased me. I don't forget the way I felt, and I don't forget the teacher who told me I was beautiful, regardless of the weight that I carried. And then I went on to talk about how my confidence has been something that I have had to work on since that time. And then I went on to say, if you are a mom, I just want you to know that you are beautiful too. Your scars are your story. Be proud of them. This whole time, there was no invitation to a challenge group. None. And then I put out the invitation. A picture of me and my family. I'm extending an invitation. I would love for you to join my 21-day challenge group. This is for women, specifically moms, who are struggling and at a point where they need to gain their confidence back. They want to remember how they felt before they were identified as being just a mom. I am going to help you with meal plans. There's going to be a simple, easy to follow portion control system. Family-friendly recipes, husband approved, 30-minute workouts. We're going to get them done 6 a.m. before the day even starts. I knew exactly who I was talking to. Apply here. Very different from putting a picture of Sean T. or Autumn Calabrese and saying, join my challenge group, 10 spots left, come on, Success Club, almost there. So different, right? You have to make sure your jabs are there. Gut check, are you jabbing? Or are you just forcing it down someone's throat? Jabbing, slowly jabbing.
What Katy just did, she had her purpose. It was set. It's her mission. You know, you have to figure out what is your unique brand. For me, I'm a military wife. For me, it's those moms who can relate to being in the military or having their spouses traveling all the time, where they have to be mom and dad a lot. I get that. I also am the one that people know they can come to because I'm not going to give excuses. We all have to find our time, and we all have to realize that we don't have to feel guilty about putting ourselves first once in a while. You know, Katy did an excellent job about talking about that as her brand. Moms know, she has toddlers, right? She's a mom who's just teaching her kids how to get potty trained. For me, my kids, they're grade school. So I have the moms who have the girls or, you know, the kiddos going into kindergarten and trying to figure out who they are now, finding their new identity, because they do have a little bit of time on their hands. I get the women who want to tone or get a pretty good physique. I don't have a lot of huge weight loss, you know, stories with my challengers and my coaches. Mine are like, man, I really want some abs, or I want some biceps. Can you show me how to do it? You know, I've established that kind of comeback audience because they know that they can count on who I am because of my consistency, because I show up, and because I'm never going to quit. So I want to ask you, what do you promise your audience? Are you consistent? Are you showing up for your own audience? That's the connection. You have to show up. Social media is constantly moving forward. You have to keep up.
And take ownership. Don't be ashamed of your story. Own it. Rock it. That's what people need. They need your story. All right. We have two more things that we just want to give to you. And it really is a gift because it's so simple. That direct versus indirect inviting we want to talk about for just a minute, because you cannot have one without the other. And yes, you can feel free to take a picture of this if you'd like.
For sure. You know, there can be a misconception about the inviting in our vital behaviors. All right, guys, understand this. First and foremost, write this down and highlight it. There is never going to be a time in your business where you can stop inviting people. You're not going to get to this little spot where it's like, oh, I've been here for a little while now. People are just going to come to me because I'm posting on Facebook. Doesn't work like that. I've been a coach for 3 years. I invite at least 5 people every single day. I know Katy does the same thing. All right, so I'm going to go over a little bit about how I directly invite. Right, so first and foremost, it's about relationships. So I'll send a quick message where I'm saying, hey Katy, I know that we're not friends in real life, but I see that we have some mutual Facebook friends. I saw your profile picture and I really love the sunglasses that you have on. Will you let me know where you got them from? Quick connection. Of course they're gonna message me back. And then I go into talking about their family, occupation, recreation, and then the message. So a quick message I might send to invite a challenger, say, hey, so-and-so, I'm a health and fitness coach, and I run online challenge groups. I offer free meal plans, I offer fitness programs. You know, can I send you some information on exactly what I will provide for you in these groups? Always end with an open-ended question. Same goes with inviting to coaching, same deal. Say, hey Katy, I noticed your posts on Facebook. You're so inspiring. You're really motivational, and I see you're into fitness. I really feel like you'd make a great fit for my team. I know it might sound kind of crazy, but can I send you some information about what coaching is all about? Open-ended question. And we're not going to end there. You have to follow up. Follow up. Did you know that 80% of sales, I know we don't really like to talk about it as sales, but come on, you know, we need to get the challenge packs out there. 80% come from the 5th to the 12th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up at least 5 times or more? Be honest. Look around. I'm the follow-up queen. I have followed up with people up to 17 times, okay? Follow up. Yeah, I have.
Are you good?
I'm good.
I know. Every time you say that, I'm like, oh, I gotta work on that game, Katy. I gotta work on that. All right, so now also too, just real quick, just to touch on indirects, because this is really what we have been focusing a lot with social media, is your timeline or your Instagram. You focus on being interesting, but as soon as you get into those direct conversations with someone, you're focused on being interested in what they have to say. focused on their goals, focused on how you can help them. But how you start to connect with them is because they built and understood who you are, what you stand for. Make sense? All right. One more thing that I really want to address, the selling versus sharing. And this is a very bold statement, but I really stand firm on this. We do not deserve to make an income unless we are making an impact. Deal? We cannot sit here and whine and complain about our income if we are not making a positive impact. And we don't make it by selling a product or a challenge pack. We make an income when we make an impact because we are truly helping people. Congratulations if you sold something. That's when the work starts. That's when we get to work. That's when it counts. That's when our commitment starts. There is no income unless we are willing to make an impact. There is a purpose behind every post. Ask yourself, what's the bigger picture?
Do you guys know that my husband and I, we paid off over $140,000 worth of non-credit card debt last year because of Beachbody. Do you know that this past March, my husband was able to walk away from almost 14 years in the Navy? No more deployments.
Dustin?
My kids have their daddy home. You know how much it killed me? Watching them hugging him when he was about to leave for 7 months and just begging him not to leave. That was my why. That's been my driving force for 3 years. I've painted that exact picture of what my life would look like now 3 years ago, because I knew where I was going and I had people laughing at me and mocking me. And you know what? Sometimes I wondered if it was a dream that was too big. But my kids and my husband and knowing that we could have a better life, that's what kept me going. Okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If I can do this, you guys, anyone can do this. I promise you, it has to be a why that will literally make the hair on your arms stand up.
So our call to action, friends, make this mission help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. Figure out what that means to you. Ask yourself, what is a healthy and fulfilling life, and what does it mean to me? And am I sharing that vision? No matter where I am in my transformation, am I sharing that vision and gifting that opportunity to other people?
We want you to create purpose-driven content on your social media. Our call to action, what is your mission? And how does it connect to Beachbody?
Go out there, be bold. Share your story like one person needs it. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Give a huge round of applause and a thank you to Val Bozzo and Katy Ursta. You guys rocked it. Thank you so much. All right, hey, we've had a ton of good information. I hope you've got lots and lots of notes. Do me a favor.